G'day, good morning, thanks for listening. This is an agricultural horticultural show focusing on plant science, soil science and microbiology. The information provided is for educational and scientific purposes and is fact-checked. Any of the websites or papers discussed will be put in the description below. And today, this topic is pruning for production. How can pruning help? Different ways, all sorts of stuff about pruning, like a bottle brush tree. I've got some good examples on that. So I'll give it a bit for folk to arrive. So wait till 2 minutes. So if you're rewatching this back, fast forward until you see screen change, or probably about 2 to 3 minutes in, because I got a topic today and I've got some stuff to talk about. So 60 seconds and then I'll start. All right, that's a good idea. Not long to go now. 15 seconds. Hey, infinite wonders. Hey. 10 seconds and I'll start talking. All right, now I'm going to talk about pruning today. Where am I? Back to the screen. G'day to Infinite Wonders. Hey, says Infinite Wonders. So pruning, how can it help? Why should you do it? Is it good? Is it useful? When to do it? Where to do it? I'm going to stop this noise. No, still making it. Shut the blooming window then. Yes, that's all to do with pruning. So here I'll share a screen. I thought I'd start with this screen at the start. I thought this is pretty relevant. You're sharing your screen, good. This is pruning. So pruning, they reckon, the selective removal of certain parts of a plant. So there's reasons to do it and reasons not to do it. Like, look at that old-fashioned. That's pretty cool. Back in the London War, these people pruning with their long extender poles. Anyway, there's a lot to cover in pruning, really. Well, why do you want to do it? Well, for growth and development, for disease removal, for crop production, for competitiveness in plants. It might be have to prune because you planted too close, or trees are growing too close, or you want different structure. There's also bonsais you can get into pruning, where you're shaping. So it's a type of a prune, because pruning is removal of certain parts of a plant. So by removing it, emasculation is another way of, you could call it pruning, because it's a way of removing the anthers of the plants. Emasculation is. And all right, we might as well scroll down. This is pretty good. This would be a nice little summary. Actually, I should see if anyone else has arrived. No, not yet. All right, keep going. If you've got any questions, please drop them in chat, or any comments as well, and ideas for next week's show. Because I don't know what it's going to be doing next week. We're talking about something in agriculture again. But back to the topics today, and that's pruning for production. That was really what I put it in, but wanted to go on why prune at the start. Yeah, it's an amazing sum plants actually self-prune too, because the branches get too heavy. Like snow might be too heavy on some branches and it'll bring it down. Wind can bring it down. All sorts of other anthropogenic practices. Specialized pruning might be needed for plants like roses or fruit trees, grapevines, medicinal plants. All right, into where to cut. Well, pruning terms, okay. Branch wood, trunk wood, branch collar. A branch collar, okay. Well, that's the node. That's where the pericycle cells form, and which starts the production of the shoots that come out the side. So it's the nodes at the start for trunk development or the hypocotyl, or for stem development, and then you've got shaping at the end. Oh, yeah, it's the types of pruning. Cool. I'm not just going to run through this. I want to go a bit more in detail. Well, it's for production. Okay, well, these are the ways you can do it. Thinning, topping, raising, reduction. So I'm going into the whys, not just the techniques and how to bloom and do it. I'm going the reasons on why you should thin. Well, why should this be thinned out? You might want to get more sunlight in. You might be getting not enough airflow underneath. There might be reasons to take off different, like you might see, oh, I can't zoom in on that. Oh yeah? How can I zoom in? I had a little zoomy thing. Oh, is that it? You press that and it's supposed to zoom. Okay, well it doesn't. I'll just show them this picture. So the reason why you're thin, could be disease under there too, could be going through a different season where you're thinking there's going to be too much rain, so the moisture might build up. I want to get into more of the science of it, the growth and development, the reasons why you do it, and produce different areas of cells to produce new shoots and better production. Because see all of that there, that's all competitive, that's all fighting each other for space. So if you were to thin that out, you might get a better result. Depends what species it is too, because that might be one overall branching tree and it might have a very thin canopy at the top, which might be brilliant. So it's dead wooding. Well, that says what it is, removing all the dead wood. How do you know if it's dead wood? When you cut it and then you look down the center of it and you see there's no green, everything's brown in the middle. What can I type in for this one? Cross section of a hypocotyl. No, I'll just put a trunk. Trunk or stem. That'll be the start. I can't even remember what I was getting to now. What a shame. Oh, dead wooding. So you look cross section fruit tree. And I go dead at the end and see what happens. You can show me an image because it's all you want to see new here. That's a really good one. It shows you the different areas of the stem at different growth stages, which is even better. Oh, it's a blooming fruit. I thought it was a stem. I was going to show us that. I'm trying. And it's cross section. Oh, it's of a fruit, I suppose. This is what I'm looking at. See how there's all, it's a nice color. It's all cycling where you'll look for it when it's dead, it's all uniform. There, see how that's all pretty much uniform and brown? That means it's dead. So you've cut. Beneath that would be worthwhile pruning off more as well because it's dead. But if you're right next to a node that's living, it's good where it's capped off the area. So it's because it's got to seal off the wound to not allow more things to come in. But if it's dead wood, it's pretty much doing nothing, and that's why it's better off pruning. You could leave it there in the case of, for wind. I left it there for like a wind barrier to protect other things. But other than that, it's not helping the plant. It promotes new growth because the plants, it tries to abscisse it. It produces hormones which abscisse it and start and kill off the cells around it, and it slowly tries to get rid of it itself. So if you can help it, yeah, that was actually a good summary of that. Should see if there's any more questions or anything. Hey, there's Genetic Memory Farms. Says, good evening, Aussie. G'day, Genetic Memory Farms. Pruning today. You got any pruning questions or stuff like that? I'm just going through pruning, which I didn't last week. Sorry. I was so excited. I'm still wrapped over last week's snow event. Holy mackerel. Woohoo! All right. Focus. So back to share screen. Now, I'm not sure. I'm just doing an overall running down this page on Wikipedia on pruning because it just gives a little bit of a summary. Then I'm just throwing in my little bits and pieces. Preventative structural pruning. Well, that's what it says, preventative. So, in structure. So why would you want to do it? So it could be done for a few reasons, as it says in here. Increase the lifespan, promote resistance to damage due to natural events, reduce tree stress. You can also, well, preventative is to prevent things from happening, problems from happening. Okay. Subordinational pruning, don't know what that means, is done on limbs that exceed 50% of the stem diameter. Oh, it's for shaping a tree, I suppose, if it's not branched correctly. If you get power line folk that come and they cut trees down, they have to remove trees because it's the law with their power lines. So you'll see trees that are shaped very, very oddly around power lines. And then that gives you a good indication on how trees can actually recover and grow really well. They'll balance themselves out. It's just amazing. So I don't know about this. Look at the tree. Look at how they do the trees around tree lines. Maybe extreme case you might want to do that. Crown thinning. That's the removal of live, healthy branches to increase light penetration, air circulation, and reduces wind resistance. Crown thinning. All these full-on names. Crown raising. Wow. If you want to get a little bit of height, or if you want height, throw off the bottom ones to increase the height to go up. That it's called oxen maxima, which produces which is what you want to promote anyway, without going into that. And oxen is produced at the ram, the root, the shoot, the shoot apical meristem. So by keeping the crown on, you can promote that to get it to go vertical and get rid of the lower nodes. So there's no energy going into that. Before you know it, your trees are up. Vista, selective pruning view in a tree. Right, I never heard of it. Crown reduction. Okay, Pallardi are regular from pruning where certain dioecious species are pruned back to pollard heads every year in the dormant period. Like the roses. Deadheading. That's where you take off this, what's dead, so it's dead and takes off the head. That's it. All right. How can I add to this then? Where's the... See, that was very brief, wasn't it? Different techniques then. See if there's anything added, and then we'll go on with that. There we go. Genetic Memory Farm says, pruning question. So I have never clearly understood the idea behind removing suckers to get better tomatoes, or trimming your lower small spindly flowers to get larger flowers at the canopy. Okay, the first one, they're removing the suckers. So that's, or any plants that want to reproduce out the sides of the stems or the hypocotyls down the bottom, or they might be reshooting right where the roots are, where the other ones are, other plants are. That's competitive. So it's directly in competition with the other ones that are already there. So by getting those, the first, you've got two questions there. So the first one is in direct competition. So by removing and thinning out the bottom ones, any competitors, you'll allow that plant to not have stress. You'll have reduced the stress on it, and you'll have also helped with its nutritional uptake and water moisture, because the roots right round the rhizosphere or the rhizoplane, right where it is there, where the roots are, will be looking for the moisture, and they'll go dry fast. So that's another competition that you don't want for your lovely tomato plants. And trimming off your lower spindly flowers to get larger flowers at the canopy. That is an energy thing. So by reducing the energy at the bottom, it allows more energy to get produced into that area and more available energy. So the nutrients might be just a smidgen under, because it's got to do, it's got to produce flowers for, say, 50 flowers. If you reduce those flowers and only have a handful, well, all of those nutritional requirements isn't getting depleted as much, and it can be maintained for the fruit that's still left, or the flowers that are still left. So it's an energy thing. And you can do your tests on that too by doing plants without it and with it. So my cauliflower, for instance, I can do a test where I remove a few leaves off that for my animals and give them to that, and they love it. But I could do a test of a side-by-side where I've removed more. I've actually on my broccoli, I've gone, no, shouldn't really take you out. On my Brussels sprouts, I've removed one side of the leaves where the wind faces, and then I've taken them off on the other side. And the reason for that is they were perfectly healthy, everything was good, but for pests. So no pests develop under there when the fruit's getting bigger, because it's a little shade spot. It can hide from wind, it can hide from this direct sunlight, and pests it's created a home. So I'm eliminating the home for future outbreaks of problems. Hope that helps with that question, mate. Well, here we go. Genetic Memory Farm says, would a plant that is trained or trimmed produce more overall weight or yield? Or would the total be relatively even, just more spread out among small fruit? Would a plant that is trained or trimmed produce more overall weight or yield? Or, well, the plant that's trimmed or trained, it might produce, let's say it's going to be the same as if it wasn't trimmed, but you've got more fruit on that. So there's less waste. So if I was to trim my broccoli, I can take the head off my broccoli, and then it'll start sprouting up the nodes at each side. The fruit size goes down. So it might weigh the same, but I've got more problems down the track. So I might have pest and disease problem. They might want to get into there. Instead of controlling one head at the top, I'm controlling now multiple sites. So it makes it more open for problems. I hope that helps. Does it answer the question there? Would a plant that is trained produce more overall weight? Plant that is trained, in general, yes, because you've trained it, you've reduced lower branches and lower leaves. You've reduced ones that might be problematic. You've allowed the photosynthesis to be maximum. You've reduced airflow for the CO2 through the stomata. So the trained and produce, it probably will be a smidgen higher, but for the spread of the plant. So if you've got the same amount of fruit on it and you want to maintain having only a fruit section area, yes, it puts more energy into that again and produces a healthier, more robust fruit stock. Instead of getting ones underneath that might be a little bit, they won't get quite as much nutrition as they require. So that means they might fall behind a bit. And what happens when humans fall behind in growth and development? They open themselves for disease and problems. So they fall into that sort of bracket. So pruning, yes, that's a good, I like these questions. These are rad. It makes me think. Infinite Wonders says, there's also removing the suckers below a graft on a fruit tree because it's the root stock branch, suckers branch, and not a desirable fruit stock. Yeah, anything that's not going to its growth and development and fruits, get rid of it. Well said, Infinite Wonders. It helps a lot. Yeah, pruning is great. I wonder if I should could I take this? It's on my computer though. I wonder if I could walk outside because I do a lot of this. I prune. Let's share screen again. I'm always doing it, always, because for this reason, to understand why should I do it? What's the different techniques? Actually, I'm going to take you outside. I'm going to walk you around and just show you why I do different things. That's probably easier. What's this? Incorrect, incorrect, incorrect. See, I don't want to read all these blooming things just to try and make a show. I just want to show you how it's going and give you some education, show you some slides. The reason why you cut on the side, oh look, cut and pruning for opposites. Oh, I've never seen that one. But the reason why they cut on, why do they cut on the angle? Why? And this is, I would not do this. Righto. The reason why you don't do this is because what happens when water or moisture overnight lands on it? It sits there. What does fungus require? Moisture, humidity above 65%. So if you've got moisture sitting there, bang, any fungal spores, bang, germinated, possibly into your plant. I would not promote this. But if it's pruned on the side, what happens? Water goes down, runs off, has no chance to form and allow any spores to possibly germinate. That's pretty important, actually. I can't believe. See what I mean? It might be good to get each node out, bang, cut it off, or I just don't do that. Allow the plant to grow more, and they'll grow out of that phase when they're not growing their nodes adjacent to each other. And don't do it. Think if there's actually. Oh. I wonder if I can find that. There's a tree in Japan that they prune. It's 11,000 years old. All that they do is they take it off about here. They allow new shoots to come out each year, and when that grows up, then they'll harvest that in 5 or 10 years, and they'll keep doing the same thing. I thought, wow, good on them. Actually, I was going to take you outside because I'm not going to go through all this. What do you reckon? What do you reckon? Do you want to come outside and have a look to see what I do? Different types of things. It'll be hard for me to answer questions. But I think it's pretty relevant. I haven't even... hope the computer works out there. I could show you my hybrid plants too, I suppose. I made some hybrid plants, broccoli and Brussels sprout on the same stem that produced that's grown out of a seed. No, I didn't graft. This is a seed produces that hybrid plant. Outside, Infinite Wonders says, oh, GMF says, Is there a big difference between pruning the phyllosphere of an annual compared to a perennial? So is there a big difference with pruning above the ground in the phyllosphere of an annual to a perennial? Well, an annual will be producing fruit each year, and a perennial waits for 2 years. So some things don't want to be pruned. So yes, there can be problems, species-derived problems, but in general, prune for growth and development, prune for the genetics. Some genetics stretches, some doesn't. There's all sorts of reasons why you want to prune. So it's good by knowing this plant science, growth and development. You can make your own reasons why you want to do things. You know a bit about pest and disease. You can make your own decisions on how to prune. Oh, let's go show you. All right. What'd you say? Yeah, let's see the stuff in action. Oh, annual versus a perennial. Field trip. Hey, Lene. G'day, LUCC. Person. Pink. Hello. You're just ready for a field trip. Lene, can you go outside? Today's talking about pruning. So, I'm going to do this. You're going to have to really bear with me, people do. So how do I do this? I have to make the screen big, so people will be me. That. And then I've got to get outside and press that button. And I've got to undo the mouse and everything. Can I see stuff? Oh, this is going to be hard. Anyway, let's give it a go. Why not? Reception's good too. Oh, I got to run. I'm in the southern hemisphere, remember? Let's go for a walk around the veggie garden. Oh. I don't want to put shoes on. What is it? It's 8. 8. I'll rug up. I don't want to be cold. So really, you can still put your questions in, and I should be able to see them. I'll periodically look at the screen. I'm just going to try and just go through some of my pruning techniques and why I've done it. I'll show you that hybrid plant as well, which is hard to believe. If you put it into the search engine, they reckon you can't do that. Well, I'll show you it. It's done. I've got probably about 1,000 seed I produced. But what else do I need? That's it. And press that. All right. Let's go. I hope the internet reaches it should. All right, you ready? Let's have some fun in the veggie garden. Welcome to the veggie garden. See, there's a few plants down. That's from snow. See this down here? There's a bit of snow through last weekend. This time last weekend, it was fantastic. Okay, pruning. Now, right here's an example. See how this looks pretty good. And you're thinking, oh yeah, it's coming along all right. What is this? This is supposed to be a Brussels sprout plant. No, it's supposed to be broccoli. You can see broccoli right here. So I've got broccoli. I've made this go to seed. The leaves around here I'm going to actually take off at the moment are the ones that are yellow. I don't need any problems. I don't need disease coming under here. So that's still got a little bit of nutrition. The amount of energy that comes from the yellow is lower than it does from the the green, but there still is an amount of energy that comes out of it. But because I don't want any problems building up out of here, see, it's pretty, there's no real, it's a nice little home. Less moisture in here. Things are going to start to lay eggs. Has that already got eggs on it? Just like that. There you go, good example. So that's coming off. I would have my pruners here and go cut. I've got my little knife, I'm going to do that because that's... There you go, nicely cut on the angle. That's good. So now that just opens that side up a bit now, so wind can get in. The predominant wind direction is from this way, so I don't mind. And if the goats are around, I'd probably give them this one too. Just because it's spent at the end, it hasn't got much energy left in it, so I might as well take it off. The plant's not going to die. See? If anything, look how nice that is now. Get rid of some other, see, the dead, I was talking about dead wooding. Get rid of that. That's what harbours all of the fungus. That's grown, that's trapped in there now. Moisture will be caught on that from the dew or rain overnight because the humidity is quite good. And then it'll germinate things. Look at that. There's three little eggs in there. See? This is the side where it wasn't open up. So now I've got a lot more of a chance. I'll give them to the goats. There you go, goats. Yeah, while we're here, look at the size of the carrot. Yes, it is a carrot. You go, well, it's pretty big. Yeah, it is pretty big. I use microbes and grow weird things. Here's a carrot. Anyway, back to the pruning. So this side here, see this one here, how it's pretty much the same all the way around. So this, if I wanted to, I could get in here and do the same. So I would be starting to take off some yellow ones. Let's go over here to the cauliflower. Here's an idea where you prune each week. The silver beet. So you can see where I come in here and I harvest. I take off right at the stem. Actually, it's still working all right. And get rid of the other ones. I just did another. See how that one's spent? That should be gone. That one's yellow. I don't like it. It doesn't promote good growth and development because I'm eating this plant. Get out of here. Get rid of those ones. And that yellow one too. It's hard with one hand. And you don't rip and tear at things because all it does is stress the plant out. It leaves wounds that are open for the plant. You should look after them. They look after us. There you go. See how nice that looks? There's a bit of dead at the bottom there too. That's heaps better. Now there's always a bit of yellow. Now look, that's a lot better. There's a higher chance that's going to put a lot more growth and development. Look at this one. This is overshadowing. Bang, get rid of those. We don't want any of that. Now look, beautiful. Maximum photosynthesis. Get rid of this other ground cover that's too close. Remember that you've got to breathe somehow. So if these leaves there, they've got stomata too, just like the silver beet plant. And that's grabbing all the air around it and trying to absorb it. When no, I want my plant to absorb it, my one, to have maximum growth and development for it. I want it to be leaving up its limiting factors. See how this is too low to the ground? You might want to, I pruned it a while ago because it was too low to the ground. That's going to promote fungal. Like with this, if anything, this has got this needs lifting. So I should be looking at this one to give it a bit more gibberellic acid. So from that, I might look at some microbes. I've got a few microbes that produce it. So I might look at giving this one some gibberellic acid and it'll just raise it a bit and get it off the... there's my pineapple. Look in there. It's too hard to do with one hand. Pruning up here, I prune these lots. As you can see, they're quite big. These are my cauliflower that are blooming nearly chest high. Look at the size. This thing's up to my waist. That's nice looking. And I keep pruning off this regularly. Look how nice that cauliflower looks. So that's a weird looking spicy one. All its crowns on top. Oh, wow. Whoa, that's big now. So it should be the size of the stem. Torn over from weight. Well, anyway, back to pruning. So I prune these regularly, as you can see. All of the nodes underneath. That's where it's like a palm. It looks like a palm tree, but it's not. It's a cauliflower. Same with this one. See, it's got a half-half. You think, oh, wow, it's pretty. No, that's probably got a disease on that side of the vein axis. It's not good at all. I'll just let it go. Plant's struggling as it is. I'll take it off. Another one for the goats. Oh, this is the damage the other day from the snow, I see. Now, see how the snow damage, or that's starting to wilt? So that's going to cause problems. So, in my eyes, you're gone. It's going to cause down the track problems of potential disease. It's too low to the ground also. So, out of there. You see how there's another one, how it's starting to reform, retake off. It might be all right for the next generation. I'll let it go a little bit longer. But in general, I don't like things growing to the ground that are fruiting close to the ground because it leaves you open for problems down the track. There might be other pruning stuff just right out here. I'll show you the hybrid plant while we're here. This is the row. So this is my Brussels sprouts out here, and I seeded this one last season. Kept the seeds, planted them over this row and seen what came up. So I did 6 and it was just damn weird. I took the head off the top of it and then it started producing these little Brussels sprout looking things down the bottom. There's just a little bit of dead in there. I'm going to get in there. Maintenance. Right here. Well, it's broccoli, and look at this. Look, same stem. Same with these other two. This has got little Brussels sprout looking things, but broccoli comes out. And this one's, look at that. They're Brussels sprouts, and that's broccoli right next to it. You can't deny that. Broccoli, Brussels sprout. And then there's broccoli heads, and look what's coming out the sides. It's rad, isn't it? Same with this. There you go. Broccoli head. Look at the sides. Little cabbages. Here they are. Little Brussels sprouts. Because I thought they would have been like this. Just a plant with Brussels sprouts, but I got a mixture out of seed. Seed! Wow! I should see if there's any questions, shouldn't I? Go back over here. Next to another big carrot. This carrot needs to be time for picking, I think. It's crazy. Just growing out. There's 3 or 4 carrots growing out of 1 carrot. Ha! Look at that. Whoa, look at that rhizome. That's crazy. There's microbes, I'm finding gives some amazing expressions. Right, any questions? Oh yeah, I'm just going through the chat thing. Field trip. G'day. Vargas. G'day, Vargas. There you go, mate. Hope you're doing well. Prunings today. If you've got any pruning questions, field trip, you say. Yes, it is Lene. Woo. make clarinet out of the carrot? Oh yeah, it's big enough. Could probably make a few things out of the carrot, eh? Carrot wine works well. Holy mackerel, carrot wine, eh? Ooh, sounds good. Yeah. Any other things you'd like to see or techniques in the garden? Please let me know while I'm out here. Otherwise, I'm going to go back inside. I'll show you a bit more. We'll talk about my carrots then. I'll produce some carrot seed. Letting this carrot go to seed. This is purple. Oh no, look at it. So not everything works, but this is a very, very purple carrot. So I thought I'm going to let this one go to seed this season and I want the seeds from it. And then I can grow real purple seeds, real purple carrots. And look at the expression. What happens with carrots, if you put them in ground and the ground's too compacted, does the carrot grow out of the ground? Yes, as you see here. It started coming out and I thought, oh, I'm not going to harvest. I want to see how it goes. Does it grow out fully or what? The answer is yes, it grows out fully. And can they get the potatoes that grow in the sun? You can get cancer from, oh no, you can not cancer, you can get very, very sick from the green toxin that's caused from it that reacts with the cell. And that's only from the potato family, Solivinaceae. So you can't get anything like that from these, because these aren't from the potato family. So it's okay if they grow in the sun. What are the carrot facts? You asked me a bit about carrots. Carrot juice is something I was going. Carrots tend to go a bit woody after you leave them for a while. They're very fibrous. So if this was going to be 5%, look at it, it's still growing very, very healthily. Extremely healthy. That's a very nice canopy. That's not thin at all. I suppose it's a big carrot. Size of your hand. 4 inches wide. Probably 8-inch diameter. But also going strong up about the carrots there. Pruning of the carrots. I could probably prune this out. See how some of the leaves aren't aiding its growth and development? They're going yellow. That's also creating a home under there for other things to, well, take shelter. And they might not be favourable things. They might, for them to survive. See, it starts starving that. So I'll get rid of some of that nice green manure, leave it there to go back, and this can get rid of all the stuff underneath it for it to breathe better. What's that? Oh, that's strangling. Is that cooch? It is. They're strangling it. So you don't need your stuff to stress. Get the airflow underneath it looking nice, even though there's... Is that clover? No, it's not clover. You want to promote your clover. Nitrogen fixing. Oh, can't pull out. See, I've got garlic growing back there too. Keep it all symbiotically happy. Pretty hard. Look at all that underneath it. So all that's doing underneath is just creating problems. Not letting the air flow. These leaves are starving. Imagine if we were in an environment where there's no oxygen. What happens? We start, we can't breathe. We can't complete our respiratory action. And that's the same with the plants. So by having all that stuff underneath it, all that green manure, let's see more under there in that Brussels sprout base. So the new generation coming up, Brussels sprouts, so I'm letting that go. This might be old now. I'll get this down after it finishes fruiting, or if it doesn't produce any more fruit enough for me, I'll get rid of it. See, it's still fruiting. It's just slow. There's too much branching on it. So you were saying before about should I get rid of lower branches and stuff? Why should I? Well, look, if I got rid of all this stuff down here, I'd have 2 or 3 which were promoting big solid fruit. Or I leave them all on and I get the same amount of yield, and look at the size of the fruit. And you might get problems in it like that. See, something could grow in there. But if they're big fruit, it's easy to take care of. because you'll always just get in there and go, oh, okay, I'll just get rid of all of the dead wood and the stuff that can harbour anything that's going to develop moisture or allow bugs to reproduce in, where they might think it's cool. So yeah, that'll come back for a third season. Turn this Brussels sprout. This will be the, well, because last season, this is the second one. Next year will be the third one next year. Back to the carrot. Just aerating it. Now see how it's a lot better underneath it. Look at that. You can nearly see all the way through, and this carrot will be very happy. It can breathe. All of this bushiness that it has in it, it can breathe. I'll get rid of that too. I could get rid of those couple of, I'd like to probably get rid of, just to make that garlic not stress out, I'll get rid of those few and I'll snap them without hurting it. Yep, now see how I snap them? Look at that cut. See how it ripped it? What happens if we rip our skin? Oh yeah, well look at that. That's what happens when we rip our skin. Same thing. Not good. So that's stressed out now. That is open for disease, and look at all the stuff that can go in there before that hardens up. So instead of that plant being under the growth and development stage now, that's gone back into the stress stage, and it's trying to fix the wound that I just started and created. So it's not helping. So I don't like doing that techniques. Get rid of all of the dead stuff that can harbour the problems. There's some good carrot maintenance for you. And you always, if it starts to split like that, that means you might have a disease in it, in the soil, and you've got to fix it, because that won't be good. That'll be all woody and shitty now, that carrot right under there. Now I've seen that. And see, from all this moisture underneath and the conditions I created, I probably made that. That's not genetics, that's from me not being clean enough. Because see, that looks good now. I'm happy with that. Before it was crap, couldn't breathe. Nice conditions for problems. I think an Aerowig disease or something, but it's not very good. So the best thing that's for now is for juicing or to give to the animals. I might be able to cut out the back half and eat that, but otherwise I'd probably go for a cold pressed juice. There you go, there's some carrot stuff. Anything else? Genetic Memory Farm says, so is the overall yield of the sprout and broccoli off two hybrids equal to the output of one broccoli plant and one broccoli sprout plant? Is there a loss in efficiency? Good question. Let's have a look. So, have I got a good yield? Well, to be honest, these haven't allowed to, I don't think I planted them at the right time to promote their growth and development, because you can see they're not really robust. I planted it too late. You're supposed to plant, I think, around, say, Christmas time and pick them about now, and or even a bit later, maybe Jan, Feb or something, end of then, and plant and pick them now. But I didn't, so they haven't grown. This started a lot earlier than them, and you can see, look at the yield on that. So that's got a few more months or the right season planted for this than this. So this hasn't gone to it's half and half. Look, to be honest, it's a bit of a shame. It's not going to probably get there this season. Yeah, look, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, same stem, it's coming out. This is a pretty good example too. Look at the base of this one. You can see it all coming out of the same one, but yet there's just multiple plants, broccoli, Brussels sprout, right next to each other. Which just spun me out. I love plant science. This can be thinned out too. Now that see it's a little bit old, they'll snap off a lot easier because the plant is trying to abscisse it. It's produced ethylene and it's gone into the cells where it's killed off the cells enough around here where if you push on it, it should snap. Did it? Oh, 3/4 of it did. And only a little bit right at the end stayed on. Same with that one's gone. See, it's got a few little hypersensitive reaction spots where the plant's recognised a problem. Mightn't be pathogenic, but it still created and killed the cells around it. So that's, notice again, it's happened right under there. None out here, no drama. Under there, and look, that one starting too. See? So I'd go and cut that just because it's got enough leaves. It can still get through its growth and development phase, just in case. Especially if I was going, I've still got another few weeks of winter to go, so I'm not overly worried. But if I was heading straight into spring, I'd be definitely taking that off because that's going to harbour something nice. You can see I've already been eating off this. Yeah, I chopped them off a few days ago when I just went around, did my rounds. Yeah, it's pretty rad. Just have to plant some more seed. And look at the expression of this one. This one's having broccoli that wants to come out of those little round things. What was flicking off then? What's that jump? See, look at that. Mealybug little things. There's some in there. See it? Too much blimmin'. Oh, that annoys me. They're supposed to come at not now. They destroyed my crops last season. Oh, you can see them dropping out. Just as I look at them. You little. So I'm going to thin this back again, more, heavier. The reason why they've got the source and sink cells in the leaves. So when energy photosynthesis happens, it goes and produces the energy, and it comes into these big leaves. That's a sink. It's a sink. It acts as holding all the nutrient reservoir. Then when the plant needs it, it'll pull them out of there and go into growth and development of these new smaller ones. So that's why the older ones die off, because they've used all their nutritional requirement in it. But still, this is bushy enough that it can handle it. So for the sake of bugs that are going to wreck the whole thing and move on, I'll, no worries, take off a few leaves. Actually, I won't remember that. So I'll probably plant a bit. I'll do the twist method. Twist method, not too bad, but still bad. That yummy leaf for the goats. So yeah, now that's created a air gap in here where they're not going to like bloody things. I'll take off this. This one's nearly there. Then I'm going to have to watch this. That was the problem with this Brussels sprout last season. I didn't have any biocontrol, and I didn't harvest any from this. Not one Brussels sprout come off this because they were all had mealybugs, and I didn't get anything. So this season, in a few weeks' time, it's on my calendar to go and buy some Montgenesis and some lacewings and see what else I can buy at the same time. That's pretty good. Oh, there was another one I wanted to get for biocontrol for. I've got curl grubs, and I can get another beneficial nematode that's going to eat the curl grubs, because that's my garlic paddock for next season. All that will be garlic. So I've got to prepare all that, make sure it's all ready as well, because I don't want any problems. See, it looks pretty good. No real areas where, look, see under there, Cam. I don't like that. And now look, this is all going weird. So there's a high chance it's already started to take place. Damn it. Oh. So plenty of pruning stuff. See, it's a dead, look at the dead in there. That's one of the worst bits. because saprophytes break that material down. So, and there's heaps of different types of saprophytes. So they'll get in there and just sit there, lay eggs, have a jolly time. And then fungus will get in there and try and break down them and their poo. And before you know it, there's a little ecosystem where you don't want the ecosystem because it's supposed to be your harvestable fruit and veg. That'll do for the... I need to thin this out. I need to take... And a good way to thin is any stuff that goes into the center, get rid of it. Oh. Here, see how they're too close to each other. Now look, once the fruit's growing up, it's touching each other. That's so bad, like really bad. I have to come back out. I haven't been in here for a while. As you can see, it's been winter. They're too close. You want it like this. This is thinned a bit better. See how they were trained to go outwards a bit, and I've taken all the leaves off so they're not really touching each other. This one can. Hello, goats. Did you see? Look, I left you a few treats. Yeah, look over here. There they are. Look in front of you. Good girl. You found it. See, you can point. They reckon you can't leave dogs. That's it. Over there, Tilly. Good girl. Quick. Oh, you got that just in case. Back to pruning. See how this one? Look how rad that is. All open. And I took off all the leaves on this side for that reason. I didn't want any homes. That one I'm not really liking. Is a wind barrier. That's coming off right now. Look at that nice leaf. I'm going to give him one each. I can't give him one. This is a purple cauliflower that's already spent. I'll give him one each. These are different. I'll try and mix up their diet. Oh, there's a couple too. One. Oh, I should do this one hand. That's going to be hard. Off to it. There you go. There you go. Good girls. There you go. Lovely blooming animals they are. If you want a good pet, fair dinkum, miniature goats. That's another segment. They are so perfect. It's not funny. They're trainable. Their poo is dry, so it doesn't smell. I have problems. They don't make noise. They're very easygoing. Yes, aren't you? You're going to say hello? Of course you are. Oh, the alpha one, this one. They're so mellow. Oh, there you go, see? They're so mellow. Towards me, anyway. I train them as guard goats. They make noises when there's animals and problems. They grunt. Oof, oof. Yeah, Tilly, get him. Get it, Tilly. They're so fun and random. Yes, you're beautiful girls, aren't you? Yes, you are. Yes. I'll be breeding them soon. Anyway, back to it. I should check and see if there's any questions. Yes, I should. Maybe go back inside. Oh, you're joking. You're kidding. You didn't see all of that. The whole stuff you didn't bloody see. I'm so sorry. I just looked at the screen and the camera was off. Oh. He's missed all of that stuff I was telling you about, the different overhangs, the way I've got a prune in here. It's got to be for those reasons, because they're touching. Anyway, this is an example of a good pruning one. To redo kind of what I did. That's left open. I could take off that leaf because it's touching. This is one I did a while ago that I'm really happy with, that had everything open, no problems. All the stuff from in the sides was all gotten out. And I should prune under this one. Next seasons. But yeah, yeah, just making sure that there's no stuff for anything, saprophytes, to generate on. All the red soil. What else did I show you over here? That was about it. I was just comparing, showing you the hybrid plant, just how hybrid broccoli and Brussels sprout grow on the same plant. The same seed it is, not just the same plant. Because people think, yeah, you can graft that, you can do, yeah, you can do. Try doing it out of a seed. Even Google says it can't be done. Lovely organic matter. And you can see the ground I'm working with is crap. It's very sandy, loamy. It means it's a lot of sand, rocky type of substrate. You want to get heaps of organic matter into it. That's how I build it, by these piles. Actually, get a little track here. See the wild goats in the distance running? They just run. Oh, because here comes a car, that'd be right. What else do I want? This is a perfect pruning. So I had the opportunity to go and train these in the way that I had laid down like this. And then I went and took off the leaves that were facing inwards. And then it's pretty much, you see what you get here. If there's any questions, asked now. I think of that extent. That's also, I was showing you those big carrots. I think you've already seen them. They're pretty big. That's about it. Making seeds again to experiment. So that's what this is. These are the seeds of the broccoli. And I'll see what comes out, so I'll save all them. Wait for them to go. I made a few videos on how to produce your seeds if you're interested. But it's really worthwhile doing over and over. Then each year, look at this. Oh, there's an example of a bad pruning or bad unpruned. Look at this. As soon as a grub or a moth comes and lays under here, it is so, it's already got eggs. There you go. Eggs. Because of this reason. See in there? On that leaf. Look at that. Oh, rip off. There's a few of them. There's quite a few actually. And the reason is because of this. Poorly maintained produce. So what I need to do is, where are my cutters? They're not here. I'm going to get the knife. I'm going to hurt them up. The goats, you're going to see the goats get some feed too. There you go. That's a nice cut. One. Don't get rid of all this ones inside. Just so the wind can get in here and make it nice and cold. There's not a nice, comfortable environment for them. There we go. Now look at the difference. All this is opened up, and it's still got ample amount of leaves. These leaves are big enough that they can be used as a sink cell. So these might have a lot of nutrition in them. Yeah, I agree. But the amount I've saved this crop. So now the likelihood of it getting a pest and disease is a lot lower for the sake of giving up a couple of leaves. That's a good way to put it. Hey, I like doing this. I'd like more questions too. You can test my knowledge away from the slides. Because I like to retain a lot of my knowledge for these purposes. When I'm in the field, I like to think like this. Now, all right, let's watch them have some fun. This is going to be hard with one hand each, but we'll try. She's being good girls. Here, Cookie. There you go. There you go, you good girls. You love the leaves. Heaps of nutrition for them. I like to give them different, like one leaf, I would do cauliflower, one leaf broccoli a day. And you can see they're quite big leaves. And it's good for their diet. And they lemon love it. So they're my little pruners. They prune down the front with my bottle brush trees. I can't take you down that far because the internet won't work. But I just let my trees go. They'll eat up to that level and help me. So it's actually a benefit. I use them to my advantage. They smash it down, aren't you, Cookie? Yes, you are. Look at you loving life. Look at the size of the leaf in her mouth. It's straight down. That's huge. She loves it. Her favourite's cauliflower. Right now, what's in her mouth is her favourite. She's loving it. Where the other one, her favourite is corn. Look at it straight down. Yes, you don't eat that quick usually. Look how happy you are. Yeah, you're a good girl with your weird ears. Yes, you are. You're loving life. That's cool. Yeah, this is a really good example. Now look, oh, all open, heaps, and this could still be thinned out more just looking at it, because there's still, look in here. I could probably take out that one. Actually, I'll leave it for a bit and have a. I could probably air it out more even, because now it's going to happen around the other side. Because this one's so bushy. There's a higher. Oh, see, I've already taken branches off around here. Look, exact example. Look at the water droplet. See it in there? Look at that. Perfect example of fungal spores. If there's any on there, which there are, they are the right conditions to germinate. Oh, down in between in here is a bit of dead. Saprophytes would love that. This one going back that way is not helping, and it's nearly dead. So that's off. Wait till I have a second one for the goats. Wouldn't mind airing out a bit more around here. See, a grasshopper's gotten in there because it's such a nice area. Bang, gone. And it touches the other plant. There's another one that touches the other plant. Grasshopper's got that one too a little bit. You're out of there. And I would not be, you always should be cutting them. Cut. Don't do what I'm doing. I'm doing this because I have only got one hand. I don't like doing this at all. My little plants are going into stress right now. A little bit of stress is just added to them, which they don't really need to seal up that wound at the end that I've created instead of making a clean cut. Look, there you go. More little eggs. Ugh. Sitting under this areas in the little homes that have been created. So pruning's a must for production. If you want to be organic and not use pesticides, normal people would just spray this and then they'll be sweet because it'll kill everything off. I don't spray. I use organics only. So I might spray with shit. Ugh. They germinated. So I might spray with beneficials or pyrethrums or potassium salts or fatty acids. Something that's not harmful to the environment. There's more in there too. See, I only just got to that. Knowing that, I'll take off every second leaf in here, especially ones that are a bit yellow. And it's not going to do anything. The amount of, because these are so flaming healthy. Yeah, I'll give these to the girls. There's one for you in here, Cookie. There you go, buddy. Let's roll these up. Because yeah, at least I'm going to get a result now, rather than before. I would have just had more pest problems like last year. Look at that. There's heaps of bush in there, green. I need more. There's more bugs under there. It's true. Every second leaf out here needs to go for me to have less problems. Or I'll be out here spraying some sort of organic spray. See, that's better. Now you can see through. This you can't. Bang, you can see through now, and air can get in. There's no real gaps. Oi! Don't be bossy. This is for both of you. That's for you, Cookie. Tilly. Oh, here, Cookie. She got it. There you go. This is good. This is because of you people have helped me fix these plants. More problems, more little those bugs. Appreciate good help. You help me. Right, let's go inside. I'm going to see if there's any questions. Shit, you go from here. Love your goats. Thanks, Fergus. You like the goats too. Should you burn those eggs? What eggs? What eggs? Oh, the eggs. Because they're not on that tissue, because those eggs develop on live tissue. They are now off the tissue, so there won't be enough moisture for them to develop. That's why the ones that were nearly, what do you call it? Nearly germinated, I wiped on the ground because I didn't want to get them a chance to continue their life cycle. So, yes, that was a pretty good question. Very relevant because it's, you're right. It does. And they're the ones I wiped on the ground for that reason. Because yes, I didn't want. And if they were germinated, I don't know, they're a grub. They might crawl back onto the plant again and just continue. There's one live right there in the middle. Mealybug, look at it. White thing. So there's one up there. I'm too late. See this? I'm a little bit late. So I've got to go and take off more leaves. And then that what that'll do, taking more leaves will not allow these to complete their life cycle because they're temperature dependent. So if the temperature in here gets down near zero, which it will if I take all these leaves off, they'll be stuffed. So that's what I'm looking at. And look, right under there, they're just homes. Everything's a home for an animal. Things are trying to reproduce, and that's my mindset, is to get that into my brain, so not to create homes for animals, unless I want the homes for the animals. Yes, hey Cookie, look at you and your sad eyes. You want more, don't you? Oh, do I sneak her a bit? I'll sneak her a bit. Come on, stop looking. Here. Shh. There you go. Oh, look at the other one. Busted. There you go. Now I'm busted. I've got to get... let's raise some of these. There you go, girls. There's some more little leaves. I know they're not big. That's the best I can do. Just now they got some each. Instead of, I got busted bad. Pruning peas. So these are nearly dead, but if I remove all of these dead bits, it allows the green bits to have a higher chance in growth, and I might be able to save the plant. Flower means fruit's coming. See, it's all growing on the ground. Nothing like's been on the ground, does it? So I stand it up a bit. I'll get rid of all of this behind it. Oh, all of that. I think it's paspalum. Lovely green manure. But they don't need it around there to block their stomata entrances and take some nutrients out of the substrate. And it's just about going to seed too. Look at it. See, it's, I might be able to get some more peas out of that. Looking a bit sad though. As you can see, it's not real happy. It's not an environment that it wants, and I don't blame it. So take it, eh? You want to see the goats, huh? Oh, I've got my pocket knife. Oh, you're not coming in. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. I've got to secure the gate first, make sure it's there. You're masters, aren't you? Yeah, you say hello? You say hello? Yes, you're looking for food, aren't you? Yes, you are. Look at the other one. You just want some pats. You're so mellow and nice. To go on about these as pets, if you've got any space, you have to get 2 of them because they get lonely and they are your best buddies. Look at her. You're so sweet. See? She's just so, they do everything. They're so nice. I feed them only twice a week with pellets. That's it. They eat all my grass and weeds and all that sort of stuff. If you want an animal that's going to eat grass, get sheep. If you want an animal that's going to eat grass and weeds, get goats. And look at the size of her legs. Put the computer down. Yeah, hang on. There's my hand. So her legs, that's about 5 inches to there, and then the rest of her legs. So they're not even a foot long, her little tiny legs. That's why they're miniature. Hey, Cookie, you looking at everyone, are you? And look at her little, yeah. You're showing off. You like getting in front of the camera, don't you? Yes. Look at you. Can you see the blue on the front of her horns where she's headbutting the pace? They've never ever headbutted me. They've always been gentle. They've always just been as nice as you would expect. They always want to hang out with me. If you're going to get goats too, make sure that you get them and they're bottle fed. If they're not bottle fed, that means that they'll be paddock goats. They won't be friends like mine, or best friends like mine. I'm showing a bit of attention to her. I better show some to the other one. If you watch, as soon as I get up, the other one just gets in front. See, she won't let me show attention to her. She wants it all. Yes, we all know that you're the alpha. We know that. We know that your eyes go furious too. They're looking nice at the moment. Even I was speaking to my brother, who's never met her. First time he's met her online, he said, why is she so furious looking? Because I was patting the other one. Yes. Your body's language is easily read. They're fun as. Then I'll breed them here. And I'll be setting up some cams and all sorts. More toys for them. It'll be blooming rad. There's my organic spirulina. Same culture. Had for, oh wow, I don't know, at least 5 years. That's the biofilm on top. So things that land in it, it dissolves it and uses it as nutrients. And I don't feed it. I might feed it in summer when it gets lower with water only, and that's it. It gets all its carbon dioxide, it's autotrophic bacteria, cyanobacteria. It's very cool. It's high in tryptophan, which is a precursor to auxin, and auxin is one of the phytohormones for plants. So by putting that in, it gives the plants a good amount of auxin that they can access by one process only. Yes, see. I was talking about cyanobacteria, buddy. Talking about bacteria, the stuff you don't like. Well, actually, you do like some because it's in your guts. You're going to have some beneficial bacteria. Oh, you sweet things. But yeah, well and truly worth it. Arthrospira plantensis is the name of that one, that species. Yes, Pee-wees, we hear ya. All right. Let's see if this is huge before I go inside. Are you familiar with brushing green beans at all? No. Try, okay. I am telling you, man, start an all goat channel. Oh, righto. That's a good idea. I'll go inside now. That's pretty cool. Thanks for the lovely tour. Kisses and Tilly and Cookie. Oh, there you go. Good. See? Everyone loves you. Yes, they do. You gonna give them a kiss? You gonna give a kiss? Huh? Yes, good girl. Oh, what are you looking furious? You're jealous of the computer. She horns things out of the road when she's not. Look at the size of that blooming eagle. There's like crows or ravens flying next to it, and they look like dots. It's massive. You won't probably be able to see it across the road. It's a wedge-tailed eagle. Or it could be a black cockatoo. I got some over there as well. Gee, that's big. Actually, it might be the black cockatoo. Anyway, let's go outside. Yes, Cookie, we'll see you later. See you after lunch. That's where, look where she sleeps. It's so funny. That's Cookie's chair. There's the door. Yes and no. You can't come in, buddy. I'm going to quickly shut this. There we go. Wow, where you want to tour? I'll answer your questions now. Just plug the mouse back in. That's pretty cool. Take all my hot stuff off. We'll go back to the other shot. Come on. Are you familiar with brushing green beans at all? No. Sorry. Trying to decide how many to let go to seed as they are getting quite swollen and large. Ah, any thoughts? Okay. Yeah, I've got some thoughts. Mix your stock up. I've got purple beans, and I like the purple beans probably just as much, and it gives me more anthocyanins, which is antioxidants. So mix them up, mate. I've got 4 types of beans. That's all I can say. And some of them I can eat the shell, and some of them I can't eat the shell. I've also got kidney beans too. They were nice. They were nice. I've got seeds of all of them to grow next year, or to grow this year after the frost goes. Try and decide how many to let go to seed. Well, with your beans, just wait till they've let them all go to seed. So keep your phenotypes, and if one's particularly tastes nice, just let 2 or 3 beans on one plant go until they're mature, and then they'll turn brown. And once they're brown, you can rattle them. And if you hear it rattle, seeds are mature. That's how I harvest my beans. And I've got, there's some actually just here. There's a purple one right here. I've had purple one right there. So it's dried up and shriveled. I'll break it open when I want to plant, and there'll be a few more purple seeds in there, and I'll go and plant them. That should be stored in the fridge, like my other ones are. But it was just there, so it's been there for months, and I'll put it out soon. By doing that, your epigenetics kicks in, and it creates better fruit stock for your situation, where you are with your growing conditions and your environment. Telling you to start a goat channel, people will watch it, slap a GoPro on them and watch them go about their day. Yeah. Well, on that other one, maybe I could that's with the other one that I'm doing also, my other channel. I could probably do it on that one instead of because I don't want to start another one. It's pretty hard work for me, mate. My hands are very sore. But I like your idea, and I appreciate your thoughts. It's good. Because, yeah, I wouldn't mind making money off this somehow. Sharing the education. Yes, thank you. That was nice. So wait till they rattle. Good to know. By that way, they've dislodged from the mother and they're 100% mature. They could be a little bit over mature even, but big deal. With it. They're not dormant, and they might be a little bit dormant, but what I do, I find ones in the garden, first bits of the season, I'll replant a couple and let them go. And if they mature to the end of the season, I'll harvest those seeds. So it's given me a skip to the generation. Some of my beans, I mostly take them all out of their pods now though. But the purple ones are just special. And the kidney beans are even better. I probably prefer the kidney beans than the purple ones and then the greens. Self-preference. Glasses. Here it is. 1.5 hours? Holy mackerel. All right. What a good show today. I have to do some more excursions because I really like doing that. I hope I shared some information and helped you and suggest some more things next time. Please, some more topics because I don't have any topic next week. I'll just be rolling with it again. But if it goes anything like today's show, holy mackerel, how rad was that? A full-on pruning day. I reckon, someone should have grabbed some technique out of it. So I went through a few. Probably didn't go through them all, but good stuff. Field trips made the time fly. Yeah, mate, they did. Yes, I'd like to do it more. More plant science, soil science, microbiology. Well, there's a new thing, actually, I could talk about. Give me talking about microbes next time, because we can talk. I got some more information on batch reactors, on how to make them in the industrial microbiology course that I'm doing. And that's to do with making multiplying single cell or multicellular or cells, i.e. fungi or mostly bacteria. So fungi is actually it is bacteria. So it's only single cells that you're reproduce that I know how to reproduce in the batch reactors. So it's similar to a bubbler in a bucket, but it's more high tech. So by knowing that, you can adjust your organic teas with different scenarios. Yeah. Yes, time trips, they do. Indeed. Says Lene, that's right. Generic Farm says, curious about the spirulina. Looks like when I make kombucha. I think we should all have microbes in vats for different uses. Yes. Yes. And then what we'll do that way is we'll have different phenotypes, because I'm developing a phenotype of my spirulina outside. It's sitting in my conditions where I live, and it's developing its own, adjusting its DNA. It's 8,500 genes that it might have. It's adjusting those to live in its conditions. So you'll see they're called strains with microbiology. So my strain of Arthrospiripotensis might be different from yours because it's so old now, and I've adjusted the conditions for it living in. Just like you were GMF with the ones that you're doing on your fridge to start and decompose cellulose, and other things that were on there. But yeah, we can talk more about the spirulina. It's very beneficial. Next time, please ask me about that. I can go out and show you. I can show you how I harvest it, how I use it, how to dilute it, how I test it, how I multiply its cells. We can probably even look under the microscope at it. That'd be pretty sweet. And have to look at it. It looks like long single cells, like strings that are attached. That'd be cool. I haven't got a microscope out for a while. I hope it still works. But yeah, the spirulina is very beneficial. And also for us as humans, if you look under Wikipedia, under spirulina, you'll spin out. Not just go, wow. You'll actually trip out because it's so healthy for us. It's not funny. They call it a superfood. So why isn't everybody growing it? So I thought when I found out that through my uni studies, and then started growing it and went, wow, I'm doing it. It's just weird. It's cool. I love sharing the education that I have. I'm not any smarter than you out there listening. I just got some education and got some experience in these fields. And that's all I'm sharing. And a lot of that knowledge sticks in my brain because it's my personal hobby and my interest. Woohoo! What's that? All right, next week, Microbe Mania, says GMF. Please remind me. Righto, thanks everybody for listening. Press the like if you like it. And share this with your friends. Get some other friends listening. We can have some more interactions. Would be cool. That's how you can help me. Because I know everyone's doesn't have much money like myself. So that's how you can help. And I'll keep pumping these shows out for you. And we can all be healthy together. Well, thanks for listening, everyone. Happy breeding, happy growing, good health to you all. Bye-bye. See you next week. Thanks again.